a chance to talk about that. We'll come back when I'm getting Joe floor right now.
All right. If you guys remember, at the last meeting, I had talked briefly about the website production for the chapter. Talked about the benefits. We actually, I think, voted and they approved monies to go ahead and actually had me take the first step as far as getting this underway. My first step was to get some volunteers, and Camille Gaston and Aisha. What's your last name, Aisha? Davis. Aisha Davis. By the way, they were both students that worked with me when I was director of student activities at Cheney. Good people, great people. But I want to call them up because they're going to help me do this brief presentation that's going to be really geared towards a direction that I think is going to be vital for the chapter. One of the things that I think that we need to embrace is change. You know what I'm saying? You know, we sit and we talk about some of the same problems, you know, meet in and meet out, you know, and there's some ways that we can do some things differently that I think will help us move forward, you know, and this is one of them because this is the 2000s, you know, and everybody's using websites and emails and everything. We use a lot of that stuff now in our other facets of life, but we need to implement them right here, you know, in the Alumni Association, because you'll see just from the brief presentation how we can take some of the things that we do on a regular monthly basis, and for our work throughout the month, we can make it easier, we can expand our base because everybody will have access to it, and it can really help to raise membership and then awareness, everything. You'll see how it really can be a great tool for what you guys are trying to do here in Philadelphia. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Miss Camille Gaskin, ex-student activity.
Hi. You guys excited about this new change?
Yeah, come on with it.
Come on.
Change. Put what the thing up higher was? Let's see if we can do. Maybe I can move it. I got a little thing. I just want to miss the clock.
Focus it a little better.
Oh, Lord.
Anymore. Yeah, that might help. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Kind of leaning a little bit, but you guys got the picture.
When we met, one of the things we had to decide was on the website address. So what we decided was cuacp.com, which is Cheney University Alumni Chapter of Philadelphia. Okay? Sounds great.
All right.
We actually put "When Thou Callest Alma Mater, Never Shalt Thou Call in Vain." That's a part of our
Banner, yeah.
when you go to the site, there are several categories you can look at. Our purpose. What is our purpose, right? Meeting the Philadelphia chapter, the events and activities, scholarship information, which is fantastic. Cheney links, these would be links that would actually take you out to a Cheney site, a picture album, which we can show different pictures from different events, and if you need to become financial, okay? Actually going into this particular link, it should actually put us out to a PayPal site, okay?
And we don't have it set up right now, but what will happen here is you'll be able to actually go online and pay your dues with a credit card, and then the treasurer will get an email with the person's name, so he'll be able to respond to them and everything, and then the money will go directly into the account. Now, one of the things that we have to work out, because we do have some kinks that we have to work out, but the treasurer, there'll have to be like a $1 handling fee, you know what I'm saying? Because PayPal charges, I think, 2% or 3%. So if the fees are $65, I think $1 would cover that fee, unless the organization would be willing to absorb the cost. But that's something could decide at a later date. And what we're gonna do is, once we set these things up, you know, you will be able to bring them back for approval and everything. But that's just a little bit on each of the, on that piece. Yeah.
And the next thing would be contact us. And this would actually be a link. We would give out an email address and a phone number, preferably the president of the alumni chapter.
Right.
You know, for any questions or anything that people may have to ask about the chapter. Okay. One of the things
Let me just say something on that. When they contact us, what'll happen is when they do this form, it'll come straight to your email. So that way, that anybody that's requesting information about the Philly chapter, it'll go straight to Cheryl. For, you know, right now she's the president, unless she wants to designate someone else to handle, you know, that particular situation. But that's a great way to, you know, as soon as somebody goes here, it immediately, you know, goes to a person, and then they can contact them.
One of the things I wanted to say about this site is, for me, I'm the type of person that I'm always on the go, okay? If I look at this site, or if I really want to know something about this particular chapter, me looking at pictures or seeing the different events that this chapter has going on around the city may make me join it, okay? I may have heard some negative things about this chapter, but by me seeing the different events and the different things that are going on around Philadelphia, just to see how everybody's camaraderie is, it would actually make me join this site. Okay, I think it would actually boost membership, right? It'll boost membership. And this is something we can actually put out, maybe even on Facebook, to everybody in the local area. Hey, visit our site at such and such. So I think it's a very good tool. I think that it should actually boost membership. One of the things that we were concerned with is we'll put out there anything that anybody wants out there, but there has to be an approval process. Okay, so if today is Thursday, if something needs to go out on Sunday, we don't have a problem with it, but it needs to go through to a certain person or a certain committee to approve it and then forward it to us to put out there. So that's one of the things that we really need to work out to see who's going to approve what and how you get it over to us.
And what we probably will do, just so that we can kind of take the think work out of it, you know, is we're going to get a list of things that we need, you know what I mean? We're going to need a key person that is, or an approval change, you know what I mean? So, and some deadline dates, you know, that's what the committee will do. And then we'll send it to Cheryl, and then Cheryl, you can handle it whichever way you think is best.
We do want to have this site live by our next meeting. Are there any suggestions for this site, or does anyone have any questions?
My question would go, who will be responsible for maintenance? Because one of the things I hate is going to some site and it hasn't been updated since.
Right.
That's real, because if we put it out and that doesn't happen, that's just as bad as not having.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Well, this committee, well, Aisha and Camille, I'm going to kind of fade. I just putting this together. I mean, I'm going to help them, but they are going to be the mechanics of the site. You know what I mean? And really, it's not going to. I mean, once we put in place a person that that's going to be the quote unquote person to say what can go and what can't go, all they're doing is just taking and copying files. You know what I mean? And implementing. And we had a small working session that's very easy to maintain. The other thing that you want to know